These three best-selling books are "You Can Win," "You Can Achieve More," and "You Can Sell," which are highly appreciated by global market. Later, we will send to all of the people. In the meantime, I wish to take the name of few people. First of all, I wish to take Mr. Bhuvneshwar Kalita, MP, BJP. Mr. Dhanveshwar Mule, member NHRC. Secondly, to Mr. Ajay Dubey, Professor NU. Thirdly, fourthly, Mr. Sunil Garg, ED, Indian Oil. Fourth, fourth, fourth one, our press diplomat, and then fifth one is Mr. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh. Further, Mr. Shiv Khera has offered his 11 cardinal rules for business success, complimentary or for all participants who want to download. But we will provide them all the links. Further, I wish to inform all of you as from today, we are launching our own e-commerce website named leatherimpact.com, wherein we offer wide range of leather products at competent price. We do hope 2021 open up new rays of hopes and opportunities for all of us. And without much further, I request our honorable speaker, Mr. Shiv Khera to instill further confidence and show us the way forward. Thank you. Hence, with all due respect to everyone, I wish to request, please switch off your mobile phones. Now I am handing over the floor to Mr. Shiv. Taji, please address us and give us some motivational speak.
Dheeraj, can you just introduce who are the other panelists on the window here?
Yes, sir. First of all, your good sir, Mr. Shiv Khera is there.
No, the other two panelists.
Mr. Mahen Purnuswamy, who is a Europe Gopio Europe coordinator. Then Mr. Nikhil. Mr. Nikhil is DDPL president, who is the recognized publishing house in Delhi. Fourth is myself.
All right.
Dheeraj Ahuja, President Delhi chapter.
Dheeraj, can you stay all four on this window the way it is, so I can get started with this now. So in between, I will interact with you people right in between. And just can you put the names at the bottom so I can read their names? If you can, if not, that's okay.
No, sir.
All right. Let's get started with that first. Folks, greetings to all of you, whatever time zone we are. God bless. Now, the title of our program is Turn Setbacks into Comebacks. Why did we take this as a title? Is because I have had 3 major setbacks in my life where I went into a minus, and what helped me come back is really the learning that I'm going to share tonight. Folks, I must make a disclaimer. Today, nobody has all the answers. Certainly, I don't. And I'm not that educated. My academics are, I'm a BCom 3rd division. I failed in my 10th. That's my academics. And I come from a business family. We had coal mines in India and close to 1,000 people working. Now, I didn't create the mines, I inherited them. And the government took over, the mines got nationalized. And right from being a mine owner, we came on the street. Street means street. Now, some families had money, our family did not. And some families had money, our family did not. And my father had died when I was just about finishing college, and we were left with the liabilities and the assets were gone. And I was married only 4 weeks then. And I remember a year later, my daughter was born, and I sold some of the last piece of my mother's jewelry to get her released from the hospital. I did not have $10 to buy milk that night. I tried my hands on 3 businesses with no money, and I failed in all 3. Finally, November 13, 1975, I left India, went to US, initially went to Toronto, and started life with a bucket in my hand, washing cars door to door. For about a year and a half, I was washing cars on the street. Now, from that point onwards, totally by accident, I got into selling life insurance. But within 3 months, my manager called me right back to fire me for non-performance. From this point onwards, how my life changed, and it was a turning point. Thereafter, I started hitting $1 million policies, moved on to the US, got into 3 businesses, bought out a company out of California in 1984, started a New Jersey operation with no clients, and I sold my company with close to 500 clients for a decent sum. Now, the learning is what I'm going to share with you as we go along. Now, Mahin is from Europe. Is that right? The gentleman right here?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, from France.
Stay with me here on this one. Now, important thing is that this crisis has gone from one city to another, covered the whole world. With overcrowded hospitals, shortage of supplies, orders getting canceled, factories are closing, and unemployment going up, death rate going up. The scenario has literally shaken up the whole world. Now, with that, there's a lot of uncertainty, and the uncertainty is causing a lot of insecurity. And the insecurity is causing a lot of stress, anxiety, frustration, depression, and anger all over. Now, folks, all I can say is stress is both normal and natural. Anybody who says they have no stress, they belong in the lunatic asylum. And folks, all stress is not bad. In fact, it is stress that makes us perform. The best example that I can think of is at the race course. I bet most people have seen in real life or in the movies. Have you seen the thoroughbreds, Mahin? When they are being taken into the cabin, are they walking casually like this? No. See, they're all jumping like this. Why? Because they're under very heavy stress. And then, the moment they're put in the cabin and the bell rings, what do? They perform, they run. Now, that's a thoroughbred. But if you take a jackass to the race course, this jackass is walking so relaxed, comfortable, cool. He's not jumping like the thoroughbreds at all. But then he will remain a jackass for the rest of his life, and he will never perform like a thoroughbred. Folks, this is very crucial. Remember, stress is the price we pay to be a thoroughbred in life. I repeat one more time. Stress is the price we pay to be a thoroughbred in life. Now, folks, all of us can handle stress. Everybody can handle stress. What we cannot handle is chronic stress. Are you with me, Mahin?
Yeah.
All of us can handle stress. What we cannot handle is chronic stress. That is the time we start breaking down. Folks, think about it. How come under the same set of circumstances, some people break records while others break themselves? How come? I repeat, how come under the same set of circumstances, some people break records while others break themselves? How come? Folks, all I can say is, let us not overrate this crisis and threat, and let us not underrate our strength to fight and win. Folks, this crisis has impacted us three ways. One, our life. Two, our livelihood. And three, our lifestyle. Superstition. See, how has it impacted our life? Folks, none of us know who will be in quarantine next. Nobody knows. And two is what we do and where we go and who we meet could be a matter of life and death. That's a life component of it. Now, the second part is it has impacted our livelihood. Now, how has it impacted our livelihood? All over the world, either there are pay cuts or job cuts somewhere. Businesses have closed, and some businesses have closed permanently. I was reading in New York, 40% of the restaurant trade, Dheeraj, has closed permanently. And that is true in many other places too. Now, and even the governments are not collecting any taxes because they're losing money too. But let us look at who are the people who have been worst hit. So every country has three kinds of people. One, super rich. Two, the mediocre. And three, the poor. The poor people are the worst hit. They're the daily wage earners. They work during the day, eat in the evening. They're the worst hit. Now let us look at the super rich. Super rich don't have any problem. They've got enough cash flow and they don't have a livelihood issue. I was reading Apple Computers has $250 billion in cash reserve. How can they have a livelihood problem? How can they have a cash flow problem? And interestingly, Dheeraj, hear this. This is an article that came out in September of last year, 2020. And this article said that Mukesh Ambani's net worth in the last 6 months has gone up by $22 billion. How do you like that? You know, Dheeraj, what it means? It means 90 crore per hour. Did you know that? 90 crore per hour. Now, obviously, Mukesh Ambani does not have a cash flow problem, nor does he have a livelihood issue. Now that leaves the mediocre people. The mediocre people are thinking, will the money finish before the crisis, or will the crisis finish before the money? They're the worst hit. Now, comes the next part. Folks, every few years, there's a new buzzword that comes up. 6-7 years ago, the buzzword used to be startup, startup, startup. So everybody was starting up. And then the buzzword came, make in India, make in India, make in India. So everybody was making in India. Now the new buzzword is work from home, work from home, work from home. Now, interestingly, I had a banker visit me the other day, and I asked him, you are paying salaries to people.
Coffee wala.
And are you getting the output? Can you justify salaries? We said, Mr. Khera, the 80-20 rule applies. He said, only 20% people are mature enough and responsible who can work without supervision. But 80% people still need supervision. Even if you give them measurable targets, they still need supervision because the maturity levels are not there. And people who are not mature, they think working from home is a paid vacation. It's not. Now, look at this, Dheeraj. How can you work from home in a construction industry? You can't. How can you work from home in a manufacturing industry? You can't. Now, the next important thing is that a few years ago, the buzzword used to be globalization, globalization, globalization. But the new word is localization, localization, localization. Why? Now, because the important thing was because why did because production was 20,000 miles away from consumption. Now, people have realized that a producing country can blackmail consuming country and put them out of business in less than 5 minutes. You see, I was totally surprised when I read that America depends on China for 97% of the pharma products. Man, did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was surprised. India depends on China for 81% of the antibiotics. I was shocked. So a producing country can blackmail anyone and put them out of business in 5 minutes. So now the buzzword is localization, localization, localization. All right. Now the third part is it has impacted our lifestyle. How has it impacted our lifestyle? Till the lockdown came, all of us were in the fast lane. We were running. We had no time. Now look at this. What a paradox. The amount of time-saving devices we have today, we have never had that many in history. And yet we don't have what? We don't have time. Why? Because somewhere we messed up our priorities. And I'm not here just giving lectures here. I'm guilty myself. And whenever we mess up our priorities, we forget to distinguish between what's urgent in life and what's important in life. Urgent may or may not be important, and important may or may not be urgent. But the interesting thing is, whenever we ignore what is important, it always converts into urgent. See, look at this. Health is important, but it's not urgent. Exercising every day is important, but it's not urgent. Now, if I have a crucial meeting tonight and if I'm not able to exercise, it's not the end of the world. But if I ignore my health long enough, guess what happens? I will land up in the hospital. Are you with me? I will land up in the hospital. Same thing. In life, relationships are important, but they're not urgent. But if you ignore relationship long enough, guess what happens? You start talking to your lawyers. Okay. So whenever you ignore what is important, it always converts into urgent. Now, what this crisis has done is made people step backwards to reevaluate the priorities. You ask people, why do you go to work? I go to work for my family. Why do you work hard? I work hard for my family. Who are the most important people in your life? My family. Who are the most neglected? Also my family. What a joke. The most important people many times become the most neglected too. And what this crisis has done is to make people reevaluate that till now we were running all right. But check, were we running in the right direction? And if we were not, then you were going away from your goals. And now people have realized, Dheeraj, that in life, direction is much more important than speed. Are you with me? In life, direction is much more important than speed. Okay. Now, there have been two examples through history for similar crisis in the last 200 years. One was the Spanish flu. I'm not going to talk about it because you might have heard enough times. And the second was the Great Depression of 1929. Banks failed, stock market crashed, and people lost their savings. And 15 million people became unemployed. And interesting, $100 became $15. Means dollar lost its value by 85%. Now, what is the silver lining here? The silver lining is experience shows that whenever unemployment goes up, self-employment always goes up. Are you with me? I repeat, whenever unemployment goes up, self-employment always goes up. There were some people at that time during Great Depression who started their business and today they're household words. Now, they had no money, they had no education, had no technology, and they had no risk-taking ability. But they had one thing. They were positive people and they were solution-focused people. You notice one thing in life, that there are some people who are problem-focused. You know what that means? You give them a solution, they'll give you a problem. They have a problem for every solution. Henry Ford said, kick them out, kick them out. Now, folks, I'll share with you only 3 examples through history. One was a man by the name of George Jenkins. In his neighborhood, he started an outlet for non-perishable durable goods. Why do I say words non-perishable durable? Because if they perished, it means 100% loss. And durable means if they're not able to sell, at least they could use it. This is how he started 100 years ago. And today, his turnover is $30 billion. His net worth is $6 billion. And he has 1,000 outlets in the US. And the store's name is called Public Supermarket. You can Google it. Second guy was a man by the name of Gallo Brothers in California. They were struggling, but they caught up some grapes, made wine out of it, but nobody had the money to buy the wine. They started selling the wine at 50% below market, 50% below market. That's how they started. And today, the Gallo wineries accounts for 25% of the wine trade in the US, and the valuations are close to $10 billion. And the third example, there was a man by the name of Simplot. He had a patch of land, they started cultivating potatoes. What he couldn't sell, they ate, and what he couldn't eat started rotting. He couldn't afford the loss of rotten potatoes, so he started freezing them. This is how he started 100 years ago. And today, he accounts for 33% of the French fries business in the US. And his valuation is close to $10 to $12 billion. Now, folks, I don't want to leave listeners with the impression that you and I start a business and all of us will become billionaires. That is not the message at all. There's only one is here, and that is that example that I shared with you. Many of these people faced probably much bigger problems than you and I are facing today. But they were solution-focused people. We need to become solution-focused. Now, I want to repeat this one thing again. Think about it. How come under the same set of circumstances, some people break records while others break themselves? How come? Okay. With that, let us see how can we overcome any crisis. Normally, I have 9 steps but let me see if I have the time to cover all. But I will cover for sure at least 5 tonight. And I'll go slow. If you want to note that down, please do so. Here are the 5 steps. Step 1. Step 1 is the serenity prayer. And the serenity prayer goes like this. Folks, about 45 years ago when I went to US, I attended a program by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the man who wrote the book Power of Positive Thinking. There were close to 1,000 people. I was one of them. And as Dr. Peale came in, he looked at the entire audience and said, "You people appear so cool, calm, comfortable here. It appears nobody has a problem here." Then he asked, "Does anybody have a problem here?" So everybody raised their hand. Who doesn't have a problem? Then he asked, "How many people would like to get rid of the problem?" Again, everybody raised their hand. And then Dr. Peale said, "While I was coming here, I came across a place where I saw some people lying down, all comfortable, stretched out, relaxed. They had no problem whatsoever. How many people would like to know what that place is?" So again, everybody raised their hand. And then Dr. Peale said, 2 blocks away from here, there is a cemetery. There are people lying there, all stretched out, comfortable, relaxed. They have no problem whatsoever. Then he asked how many people would like to get rid of their problem. Nobody raised their hand. Everybody put their hand in their pocket. And then Dr. Peale said, "Remember, problem is a sign of life. So long as we're alive, we shall have problems. The day we don't have problems, we'd be dead. And when you're running short of problems, that is a time to get on your knees and pray to God. Have you stopped trusting me anymore? Send me some problems." And that day, he gave a prayer, which is called the Serenity Prayer. Folks, in my opinion, it is the crux of life. And in the past 45 years, I have never left my home without my prayer. And I have come across many adverse situations, and this prayer has helped me overcome them. And the prayer goes like this. It says, "God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference what I can and what I cannot." I repeat one more time. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference what I can and what I cannot. Now, if you analyze and dissect this little prayer, it goes this way. God grant me the serenity. God, there's a little disturbance here. Can you stop that, please, somewhere? Okay. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Now, question: can we change this world the way we want it? Answer is no. Can we manipulate everything to suit ourselves the way we want it? Answer is no. There are many things beyond us, such as I didn't choose my parents, did you? I didn't decide where I was going to be born, and neither did you. If this is my height and the color of my skin, there's nothing I can do about it. And granted, sometimes people are born deformed. And sometimes Bad things happen to good people for no fault of their own. What wrong did they do? Who knows? Now, how these crises come, I don't know, but it's here. See, it says, what I cannot change, let me accept it graciously, not grudgingly. Because many times in life, we keep fighting the things we just cannot change, and we bring stress into our lives, and we become paralyzed, and we become unproductive. Folks, it says, what I cannot change, let me accept it graciously, not grudgingly. And two, if I can change, then give me the courage to do it. And three, wisdom to know what I can and what I cannot. Now, see, when I wrote my new book, which was launched in London last year, You Can Achieve More, I took this thought 2 steps forward and I wrote in that life is full of choices and life is full of compromises. It seems like a contradiction, but not really. How is life full of choices? Look at this. Mahin, if I ill-treat you, I have chosen to be ill-treated, haven't I?
Yeah.
If I treat you with discourtesy, I have chosen to be treated with discourtesy, haven't I? And if I light up a cigarette, I've chosen to invite cancer, haven't I? And if I drink and drive, I've chosen to invite an accident, haven't I? And if I exercise every day, I have chosen to invite good health, haven't I? And if I eat too much every day, I've chosen to be obese, haven't I? And hear this. If I tell lies, I have chosen to lose my credibility, haven't I? And if I tell the truth, I have chosen to be a credible person, haven't I? See, life is full of choices. Now keep in mind, we are all free to the point of choice. But after we make our choices, the choice controls the chooser. We have no more choice. I repeat one more time. We are all free to the point of choice. But after we make our choices, the choice controls the chooser. We have no more choice. Now, how is life full of compromises? As somebody said, well, in life, we cannot choose the cards that are dealt to us. What we can choose is how we play the game. And sometimes nature gives us the lemon, the choice is ours. Do we cry or do we make lemonade? That's our choice. Now, it's important. Sometimes people do ask me, Mr. Khera, those who are successful in life, don't they make mistakes? And those who fail, don't they do positive things in life? And here is my answer for them. That people who are successful, they do make mistakes. But remember, making a mistake once in a while does not make anybody a failure. Repeating the same mistake again and again is what brings failure. And doing something positive once in a while does not bring success either. Repeating the same positive behavior again and again is what brings success. So what is success? Series of positive choices in life is called success, and series of negative choices in life is called failure, and that's about it. It's not complicated. It is simple. Mahin, are you with me, sir?
Yes, I am noting also.
Good. Okay. I like to shake hands like this sometime with both sides. Okay. So that is step 1. Now come to step 2. Folks, step 2 says, convert your wasted time to productive time. How do you do it? in my book, You Can Achieve More, I have mentioned a survey in US. It was prior to the corona crisis coming in, before the crisis came. The survey said that the average American watches 3 to 4 hours of TV per day. This is before the crisis, by the way. Right now, there are people watching 8, 10 hours of TV per day. But before the crisis, average American was watching 3 to 4 hours of TV per day. And by the way, that's not an average American. It is the average European, average Indian, average Australian. They watch 3 to 4 hours of TV per day. So one man went to his friend who used to watch 3 to 4 hours of TV every day. And he asked the friend, how much did this TV cost you? He said, the TV cost me $1,000. He said, you don't know how to make calculations in life. He said, what do you mean? He said, have you ever calculated the money value of your time? He said, well, not really, but if I make $100,000 per year, and if I work 2,000 hours per year, my hourly rate comes to $50 per hour. And he said, you watch 4 hours of TV per day. 50 multiplied with 4 per day comes to $200 per day. Multiply 360 if you watch 365 days a year, that comes to close to $100,000 per year, which is more than your EMI on $1 million home. Dheeraj, are you with me? You see, it comes to more than $100,000 per year, which is more than your EMI on $1 million home. He said, you don't know how to make calculations in life. Okay, now, the next part is, in my same book, You Can Achieve More, I have mentioned one more survey, which said of millionaires and billionaires in the world today are first generation. Only 15% coming from inheritance. I repeat, 85% of millionaires and billionaires in the world today are first generation. And they were asked, how did you achieve so much financial success in such a short time? And the answer was, we read books. How many books? We need 50 books a year. 50 books a year means 1 book a week. Look at this. Multi-millionaires and billionaires read 1 book a week. I was reading on Warren Buffett. This guy reads 6 to 8 hours per day. Bill Gates is an avid reader. Look at this. Multi-millionaires and billionaires are saying they read 1 book a week. Now, what does it tell us? There is a connection between learning and earning and learning and earning and learning and earning. Learn more, earn more, learn more, earn more. And they were asked, what kind of books do you read? And this answer was, we have no time to waste. We only read self-help books. We don't read fiction. We only read self-help books. You know why? One good idea from a self-help book is worth $1 million. Are you with me? One good idea is worth $1 million. They said, we have no time to waste. And I've learned one more thing, that people who are serious readers, they don't borrow or lend books. Many times people tell me, Mr. Khera, I got a great book, I can lend it to you. I said, don't. Either give it to me, gift it to me, sell it to me, don't lend it to me. Why? Because I won't give it back to you. Why? Because when I read a good book, I always underline, make notes on the side. Why? Because I learned one thing. Reading a good book once is not good enough. Why? Because when you read a good book the second time, you don't find anything new in the book, but you find something new in yourself. You read the third time, you find something new in yourself again. Fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time. There are books I've read 10 times. Now, I share with you Arrow Electronics. It's a $26 billion company in the US. They're my clients. And they celebrated, Mahin, you got to hear this, they celebrated their bumper quarter in the history of the company, the last quarter. During the lockdown period, they had sales of $2 billion, $2 billion. They celebrated. And they had an awards function on the event, and they invited me to keynote that event. Now, I asked this man, the managing director, I said, what do you attribute your success to? And here is what the man said, Mahin, to me. He said, Mr. Khera, I attended your leadership program 15, 20 years ago. And he said, I became a managing director of my company. He said, we had only 2% market share. And he said, today we have 20% market share. And he said, you don't know it, but at the back of the room, he said, you had your books for sale and your other DVDs. He said, I bought everything. Not only for myself, he said, I bought for my entire company. He said, every employee in my company has your book, every employee. And he said, we have read your book 20 times, 20 times. And he said, I know your book by heart. And Mahin, what he said? He said, Mr. Khera, if you ever forget a paragraph from your own book, call me, I'll tell you where it is. It's written in your book. And he said, we practice that, and that is what changed. What does it tell us? There's a big connection between learning and earning and learning and earning and learning and earning. Now, why do I say this? Because I have had many people, Dheeraj, who tell me, Mr. Khera, I've read your book once. I said, you wasted your time and money also. You got nothing, zero. You got a big zero. You got nothing out of the book. You know something? There are people who say, I don't have time, I don't have the money. You know something? They will stay mediocre for the rest of their life or be unemployed for their life. And then some people say, when I have the money, I'll buy it. You know, you can get every book today for free in every library. You don't need to have anything out there. But you know, people who complain, they will never do anything constructive in life, but they will keep complaining for the rest of your life. Now, why do I say this with you? Mahin, hear this. If during the lockdown period, Dheeraj, if you have not upskilled yourself or become more knowledgeable or become healthier and fitter, you cannot blame that you did not have time. I repeat three things. If during this lockdown period, if we have not upskilled ourselves or become more knowledgeable or become healthier and fitter, we cannot blame that we do not have time. Now, why I'm sharing these three things? One, lockdown came in March. I did my first webinar on April 8th. Now, till April 8th, Mahin, I was learning to do SMS for my grandchildren. And I had not done an email in my life. I'd never done an email. I did not know how to turn this computer on. I just learned to turn the computer on. I'm not an expert, but now I can do a webinar all right. That was my starting point. And in the last 5.5, 6 months, this is my 137th webinar. And Mahin, you got to hear this. Bank of America, Fidelity, Arrow Electronics, they are paying me money. By the way, all these companies are paying me money to do webinars. I'm not doing all of them free. They're paying me money. And I'm giving out dates for March. I am already booked for a month and a half to 2 months already. It has opened up totally a new avenue of my business again. I didn't even know it existed. So one, I have upskilled. Two, there was a time I used to read 30, 40 books at one time a year. I dropped the habit, but I went and picked back my books again. Today, every day, I spend 3 hours a day either reading a book or listening to a good video. I'm gaining more knowledgeable. And three, sir, I have lost 7 kilos of weight. Hello, man, I've lost 7 kilos of weight. I'm exercising morning, evening, going to my sauna. Man, I got all the time. And my energy level at this time is way up. I'm feeling 30 years younger. And if this crisis goes on for 2 more years, man, I'm laughing. Not that we want it to continue, don't get me wrong. But the whole, why am I bringing this up is we need to upskill. 2, become more knowledgeable. 3, become healthy and fitter. And that is what we need to do here. Convert your wasted time into productive time. Are you with me? Now you tell me one thing. Mahendra, let me talk to you here. Tell me, sir, what I just shared with you, do we need a PhD to understand this? Answer is no. Sir, let me ask you, what I just shared, do we need to have an MBA to understand this, man?
No.
No. But you know, sad part, after doing PhD and MBA, they still don't understand this. What is the reality today? But sad part. Now, step three. Step three is to overcome any crisis. Your biggest support group is build strong relationships in life. I repeat one more time, build strong relationships in life. Keep in mind, folks, our biggest asset in life is not our bank balance. It is our relationship balance. Folks, our biggest asset is not our bank balance, but our relationship balance. You know why? Have you noticed one thing? That people who have good relationships in life, what they can achieve with one phone call, you cannot achieve with $1 million. Mahen, are you with me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at this. What people who have good relationship, what they can achieve with one phone call, you cannot achieve with $1 million. And when we talk of relationships, what are we talking of? Personal, professional, and social relationships. Now, interesting thing is, when we talk of personal relationships, look at this. God forbid, if any one of us was in the hospital tonight, tell me, how many people will be around us to help us at that time? Probably no more than 1, 2, 3, no more. And sadly, they are the most neglected too. I repeat, and I'm not preaching here. I'm guilty myself. Sadly, they're the most neglected too. And I found one thing, that people who are emotionally strong, they're coming out stronger from this crisis. And people who are emotionally weak, they're falling apart. And WHO came up with a report that domestic violence has gone up by 50%.
Yeah.
Now, we talk of relationship, many people don't even understand the meaning what relationship is all about. Now, let me share with you. I address many business schools in many different countries. I've never addressed in a business school in France, but I do it many places. But nowadays in business schools, they're teaching to the MBA kids networking. That's part of marketing, networking. So join associations, Chamber of Commerce's, Rotaries, Lions, and go organizations like the GoPros, objective is networking. Network. And you ask them, why the hell are you networking? You know what the answer is? Hey, I'm building contacts. Why the hell are you building contacts? I'm building contacts because someday he could be useful. Someday he could be useful. He's a lawyer, he's a cop, he's a mafia, he's a politician, he's a gunda, he's a money guy. Someday he could be useful. And usefulness grows, friendship also goes. What a joke. They don't understand the difference. There's a big difference between building contacts versus building relationship. Hear this. There's a big difference between building contacts versus building
relationships.
Yeah. And these people people who are looking for only contacts out of usefulness. Usefulness goes, friendship also goes. These people, they are rascals. Not a carefully English language, not a good word for them. Rascals, they're parasites. They're selfish people. They're only takers in life. You can never in life ever build relationship with rascals like that. Never. we have excuse me, I got a bad cough. I had a choice to cancel this program today, but somehow I couldn't say no to Dheeraj, that's all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. In fact,
Thank you very much once again. Take care. If you are not comfortable,
okay, let's go. Now, we have an office in Singapore. One evening I came from dinner and a man met me in the lobby. And he asked me, Mr. Khera, you came from dinner? I said, yes. And he said, you met some people tonight? I said, yes. And his next thing was, he said, I hope you met some people tonight who could be useful to you. Look at this criteria of this guy meeting people. His criteria was only usefulness. What he could extract out of them. I felt like giving him a piece of my mind and something else too. Now, this guy is a parasite. He does not understand one thing, that meeting good people in life is good enough. Usefulness is a byproduct of relationship. Are you with me?
Yes.
true.
Meeting good people in life is good enough. Usefulness is a byproduct of relationship. And you can never build good relationship with rascals like that, who are only out to take something out of you. Now, hear this carefully. I'll share with you an example. Supposing I have a friend who's been my friend for 20 years, and tonight if he has a problem, who's the most natural person he will go for help? A friend of 20 years. He's not going to make new friends tonight. Now, is it my duty to help? Answer is yes. If I help him, am I doing a favor? No. Hear this, helping a friend is a duty of a friend. It is never the purpose of friendship. Why? Because if it is the purpose, then purpose finishes, friendship also finishes. Remember, helping a friend is a duty, but it is always incidental to friendship, never the purpose of friendship. Never, never, never. Now, now, what builds relationships? You heard many times that a person should be tolerant. Mahin, let me ask you a question. You got to answer this. You keep hearing that we should all be tolerant. Tolerant is a good word. Yes, no.
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, sir. I disagree with you. I would replace the word tolerance with mutual respect. Now, let me explain that what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
I and my wife live together, not because we can tolerate each other. We live together because we respect each other.
Yeah.
The day we don't respect each other, we can't live together. If we only live together because we tolerate each other, you know what that means? You are postponing the blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Not only that, employers and employees work long term together, not because they can tolerate each other. They work long term together because they respect each other. If they only work because they tolerate each other, it's a matter of time before the blast takes place. They'll leave, pack up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I share this. You see, what I just shared in the last 1 hour, almost an hour gone, what I've shared in the last 1 hour, Mahen, you've been around a long time in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, my two daughters have done their masters in US.
Yeah.
And I worked in 23 countries. Tell me any one business school, any college and school that is teaching the stuff that I'm just sharing with you in the last 1 hour. Show me one place that is teaching all this stuff. Not one.
No.
Okay. Now, I've been doing corporate training for the past 35 odd years. And when we do corporate training today, we tell people what I am doing in your corporation tonight is repair work, repairing, called repair. Now, if you prepare them, you won't have to repair them. Where do you prepare them? You prepare them in schools and colleges. And sadly, they're not. Sadly, they're not. So, but interestingly, I had the dean of James Cook University attend my program in Singapore. And he said, Mr. Khera, I've been in academics for the past 30 odd years. And he said, what we are talking in this program, I haven't seen anything anywhere. So now they signed up and they're partnered with us. And we are now running this program for them in the Singapore campus for James Cook University. And we have created a new program called Prepare Them, Don't Repair Them. Are you with me? Prepare them, don't repair them. You know something? I wish we can do a program for all your GoPio members and all your GoPio corporate people and all the GoPio people who are right there. This is what's being initiated by GoPio guys.
Mm-hmm.
And all your schools and colleges that you're affiliated, I would love to do it. And it is not commercial business to me.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
definitely we will do.
move on. Now, step four. Step four is become a proactive person, not a reactive person. When we do our 3-day, 4-day leadership program, I ask people, are you a good person? And sometimes they say, I'm a good person. And you ask, what makes you good? And the answer is, I don't do bad, so I'm good. I don't tell lies, so I'm good. I don't steal, so I'm good. And my answer is, I disagree with your answer. And the reason I say that is, if I don't tell lies, it only means I'm not a liar. It only means I'm not a thief. But that does not make me good. Go ask a medical doctor. Absence of ill health does not mean good health. Are you with me? Absence of ill health does not mean good health. Similarly, not doing bad does not make a person good. A person becomes good only when they proactively do good. Okay. Now, I have been doing leadership programs for the past 35 odd years for companies like Lufthansa, Johnson & Johnson. And I learned one thing. And I'm convinced that a good leader, I repeat, a good leader takes a stand for something and takes a stand against something. A good leader is not neutral. If they're neutral, he's a politician. Are you with me? If they're neutral, they are a politician. Now, why do I share this with you? A good leader takes a stand for something, takes a stand against something. I share this because once I was addressing 5,000-6,000 people one time. And a man from the audience came up and said, asked me a question, Mr. Khera, are you a Gandhian? So I've learned one thing in my life, that before you answer a question, one, you should always clarify, and two, sometimes the best answer to a question is a question. So I asked him, sir, can you tell me who is a Gandhian? Can you define a Gandhian? And can you also tell me what are the principles of being a Gandhian? So he goes out and he says, Gandhi believed in 3 principles. One, Gandhi believed that with love you can win everyone in this world. Number one. Number two, Gandhi believed in the policy of tolerance. And 3, Gandhi believed in the policy of non-violence. 3 principles of being a Gandhian. And he asked me again, are you a Gandhian? So, I don't know what got into my mind. I said, sir, I've been living in the US for the past 45 years, but I'm an Indian. And being an Indian, we respect our epics like the Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Guru Granth Sahib. We respect it. Though I've not read them, but I've heard them. So, I don't know what came to my mind, Mahin. I asked him, sir, can you tell me, was Ram a Gandhian? Was Ram a Gandhian? Now let us look at the 3 principles of being a Gandhian. Number 1, with love, you can win everybody. I said, tell me, was Ram able to win with love? Answer is? No, he was not.
Yeah.
He was not able to win with love. So I said, Ram failed the first test. 2, you said tolerance. Did Ram say I'm a very tolerant person? You kidnap my wife, it's okay, I'll get a second one. You'll kidnap a second, I'll get a third one. You'll kidnap a third one, I'll get a fourth one. He said, no, I do not tolerate kidnappers. So he failed the second test. And third, you said non-violence. I said, tell me, what did Ram do? He pulled his weapon and he killed the kidnapper. That's all. Even for self-defense, that is violence, man. Don't you understand? If you don't understand simple stuff, that is stupid. He killed him and that is violence for self-defense. So I said, well, that means Ram was not a Gandhian. And Ram said, I'm neutral, man. I'm neutral. And Ram also didn't say, I have unconditional love. And Ram also didn't say what they're teaching today every day, see things from the other person's point of view. He said, I can't see things from the kidnapper's point of view. If I see things from his point of view, I'll also become a kidnapper. He took a stand for something, he took a stand against something. He didn't say, I'm a neutral. So he was not a Gandhian. And I said, wait a minute, why go that far? Look at the life history of 10 Sikh gurus. Our 10 Sikh guru, Govind Singh Sahib, when the Mughals were forcibly converting people into Islam, Was he able to win with love? Answer is no. 2, did he say I'm very tolerant? He said, I will not tolerate your terrorism. So he didn't do that. And 3, you said non-violence. I said he pulled out his weapon and he fought. So I said he fought also. That means he was not a Gandhian either. And I said, you just talked of the scriptures. I said, I don't think you have understood anything in life. I said, show me your scriptures, anywhere in the scriptures where it's written that when the enemy is auctioning the respect and dignity of your women and children, where is it written in any scriptures that at that time we should go to the temples and do bhajan kirtan and do meditation? Where is written? I said, damn it, there is the time to fight. Not fighting is called cowardice. You can't be neutral. You cannot be neutral. And all these people, Ram took a stand. He was not neutral. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib took a stand. He was not neutral. Remember, a good leader takes a stand for something and it takes a stand against something. And if you're neutral, you are a politician. And I said, sir, carefully English language, I am not a Gandhian. I am not a Gandhian. Get it clear. Okay. And last item I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to close this here now. Last item. Folks, to overcome any crisis in life, we need to learn to accept responsibility and stop playing the blame game. Now, why do I share this? Because remember one thing, faith gives strength. But blind faith leading to superstition weakens people. I think faith gives strength. But blind faith leading to superstition weakens people. In Hindi it says, Vishwas ताकत देता है, अंधविश्वास कमजोर बनाती है. Now, I'm going to stay on the English language because many people from overseas are there. But hear this. Why am I sharing this with you? One of the biggest damage done to India has done by our media. Print media, electronic media. You open up any TV channel, every day morning you turn the TV on. What do you see? There is a Babaji sitting there with saffron or white clothes here, with 3 tilaks here and 3 tilaks here. And you see horoscope. And the man asking you, where are you calling from? Where is your name? What is your date of birth? What is your time of birth? He said, Guruji, I don't know. Guruji, I don't know. Guruji, I don't know. He said, okay, don't worry. I will take it out. So the guy has a laptop in front of him. And he does tick, 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 tick. And then he says, don't worry, I got it. And he says, your patni dosh, putni dosh, pita dosh, phalana dosh, this dosh, that dosh. You got all dosh here. And then not only that, you got manglik, you got manglik on you then. And then he says, don't worry. Then he says, oh, you got shani on you, shani. You got shani on you, hitting you here now. Now my man, hear this. You got shani. And the guy scares him. And he says, how do I get rid of shani? He says, I'll tell you how. You take a black handkerchief, and in that handkerchief you put a black dal in there, and then you put a black kajal on it, and then find somebody with black hair and rotate it 7 times, then find a black dog, and then find a black bartan. This is what is going on. Now let me ask you one question, sir. If it is so easy to get shani in, shani out, shani in, shani out, shani in, shani out, why don't we send shani to Pakistan, destroy all the terrorists, man? Hello? If it is so easy to get shani in, shani out, shani in, shani out, tell me, why don't we send shani to Ladakh to fight the Chinese on the other side? Are you with me? And my big question to you is, Mahen, can you hear me?
Yeah, hearing you.
Okay. Now, my big question is, Mahen, Why does Shani permanently sit only in India? Shani never goes to Australia, New Zealand. What is the matter? Why doesn't Shani come to Paris, man? What is the matter? What a joke. And why am I sharing this with you, Dheeraj? Where is Mahim gone? Now, get Mahim back here. You see, why am I sharing this with you? For one simple reason is, if you read the life history of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Dayanand, Guru Nanak, they never believed in all these things. In fact, they fought against it. Let's get Mahim back here. You see, they fought against it. If you look at the Sikh families, they never check horoscopes. In fact, there is no Manglik in Sikh families. And they never have a Shubh Muhurat. Every Sikh wedding is done on a Sunday, and Sunday doesn't sit right, they do it on a Saturday. Saturday doesn't sit right, they do it on a Friday. Why am I sharing all this with you? A very important reason. And that is, Dheeraj, that if you notice one thing, every Saturday at traffic lights, what do you see? You see guys, you are seeing guys with 7 chilies and 1 nimbu get rid of Shani. Man, why don't you put permanently every day chilies and nimbu in your pocket? It doesn't work that way. I'll share with you an important reason. Once I was going to the airport, and the driver hit the brakes so hard, the car came to a screeching halt. I asked the man, what happened? And Dheeraj, he says, Sab, billi rasta kaat gayi, the cat has crossed the road. So I said, now what? He said, this is bad omen, something bad will happen. I said, well, if I miss my flight, something bad will happen, guaranteed. So I asked him, now what will happen? He said, sir, I will stop. I said, till how long? He said, till somebody else passes through. So I said, well, I said, then something bad will happen to them. He said, his problem, as if he had all the answers. But my next question to them was, I said, supposing you were 15 yards behind and the cat had crossed the road, and supposing you had not seen the cat, and in that case, you would have just gone straight, you would have been the first car. In that case, what would have happened? He said, look at the answer there what he gave. He said, in that case, billi ki power kam ho jati hai. The power of the cat goes down. Imagine, you are laughing. Do you know educated people like PhD, MBA, they're doing the same thing here today. And that is sad. And people go to these Babajis by the thousand in the saffron clothes, the agents of God. And they say, Babaji, what do I do? Babaji, what do I do? One Baba says, beta, preet karo, preet karo, preet karo. The one Baba is selling preet. Another Baba is selling honey. And the third Baba is mixing honey and preet together. He's selling another one. What a joke. Now, why do I share this with you? This is very important. Dheeraj, there is an article that you can see. It says superstition. Superstition.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This article is from India Today, January issue of 2018. It says, because of superstition and astrology, in many parts of India, natural childbirth has gone down by 80%. 80%. And they quoted South India, Bangalore, Madras, Hyderabad. You can Google this. 80% of childbirth in these places is being done through C-section operation. You know why? Some astrologers said This is good omen. This is the time to pull out your kid. How do you like that? Or a joke? Folks, there's a very important reason why I'm sharing this, because you know something, life always does not keep going up and up and up and for everybody. Life is a roller coaster. We go up and down and up and down. Yes, no. Okay, it's up and down. But you know something, when we have a down in life, and people who are getting somewhere, they accept responsibility. They analyze the situation and they ask a question. If a similar situation came again, will I behave the same way? If the answer is yes, means you have not learned anything. They learn from it. They don't repeat the same mistake, accept responsibility and move forward. But a person who is not willing to learn, you know what they say when things go wrong? Not my fault, my stars are not favoring me.
Mm-hmm.
They will blame the stars and they will say, I'm unlucky. And they will keep repeating the same mistake again and again and again and again. I repeat myself, faith gives strength, but blind faith leading to superstition weakens people. Now, I had one person ask me a question in one of my previous programs, and he asked me, Mr. Khera, there are people who go to temples and they stand in line for 12 hours, 14 hours for darshan. Is that faith or blind faith? Hear my answer. I said, sir, here's my answer. I said, sir, I pray every day. Why do I pray? Because I believe in God. Why do I believe in God? Have I seen God? Who is God? Where is God? What is God? I don't know. I don't have answer to any of these questions. Who is God? Where is God? What is God? I don't know. But if I don't have the answer to them, then why do I believe in God? Then why do I pray? I believe in God because there are so many things in this world that are absolutely unexplained. Now, unexplained could be miracles or mysteries. But there are so many things in this world which are beyond human. If only one day sun would not come, do you know this planet, everything would be destroyed. They're totally unexplained things. And they are not the work of any human being. So if it's not human power, there's got to be some superpower, which is superhuman. And because of that, I believe in God. And I call it God, that's all. But with this, in the last 45 years, barring 5-6 times, I have never gone to any temple. And I feel very strongly that 90% people who go to temples today, they go there more out of fear than out of faith. You don't do this, this will happen. You don't do this, this will happen. You don't do this, will happen. You know something? This has destroyed our country. I want to close this program now with one last thing. And that is, this is time to give back. We're grateful to God. God has blessed us with a good home, honorable food. But many people don't have it. Many people don't have it. It is time for us to share with them. And I've seen videos from New York, Europe, India, all over. There are many good people who have come forward, donated money, time, food to help the underprivileged. But they just hear this carefully. But but there is one community who has been honored as a community globally by the government of Canada, United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand, every government in the world has honored this one community for the humanitarian service. You know what that is? That is a Sikh community of India.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Sikh community of India who's been honored by every government all over the world for their humanitarian service. You know why? Because the concept of sharing is not new. It goes back 500 years ago, from Guru Nanak's time. The langar concept is not new. It's 500 years old, 600 years old. Because the Sikh philosophy sits on three pillars. Is they're caring people, they're sharing people, and they're daring people. Three words, remember. Caring people, sharing people, daring people. They care. Sharing people, they share. And the daring people, they dare, they have the guts to fight, which is what we need to learn. Because the Sikhi teaches one thing, and I have to say that in Hindi, zulm karna paap hai, zulm sehna usse bhi bada paap hai. And the Sikhi stands on three pillars. And that is what they have been honored all over the world. Sikhi stands on three pillars, which says, Nam Jap, one Chak, Kiratkar. Nam Jap is formless God, one God. Two, one Chak is the concept of sharing. Millions of people are getting the food from langars today, gurdwaras. And three is Kiratkar. Kiratkar means dignity of labor, dignity of work. Nothing is small. Earn a honest living, earn honest living. You see, Mahen, you are a pretty mature person. Tell me all your life, have you ever seen a sick man begging? You will never find a Sardar begging. Never.
No.
They will clean your toilets, they will clean your bathroom, they will clean your shoes, but they will not beg. Now, this is not ego. This is called dignity of labor. Nothing is small. You need to learn. And the best thing is, you see, best part is that when I was selling life insurance, I was on 100% commission. I would not get any money. I would not get money if I didn't sell, if I didn't perform. But I saw there were some people who were getting salaries, but they were not doing their job. And that is where I learned the difference between making money versus earning money. Making money is criminal, earning money is spiritual. Are you with me? Making money is criminal, earning money is spiritual. Now, what is the difference? When you earn, you put your energy and ethics behind it. Two words, English language. Mahen, when you earn money, you put your energy and ethics behind it.
Yeah.
And sadly, most people want to make money, very few want to earn money. And I want to close this by saying one last thing, that in Sikh families, there is no caste. In fact, our caste has destroyed this country, 1,000 years of slavery. There is no caste. Do you know every Sikh man is a Singh and every Sikh woman is a Kaur? There is no other name. I wish, hear that carefully. I wish the government of India, if they had adopted the philosophy of the Guru Granth Sahib and the Sikh philosophy to run India instead of our own constitution, this country would have been a different country totally. Folks, with those words, I salute the Sikh community, and I wish everybody here they've been honored by all over the world. And I thank all of you people here, and wish everybody good health. God bless you. And thank you very much.
Saji, thank you very much. Even though your throat was not that much good, and throat is not that much good, we are seeing. But if you, with your permission, if you feel well, we do have only 2-3 questions, if you allow. If not, I leave it. Okay, leave it.
Dheeraj?
Yeah.
If we've gone this far, what the bloody hell? Let's go. Start the question.
No, if you're feeling well, sir. Okay, because is
Okay, I have got a question from Vikash. Mr. Shiv Khera, thank you very much for this nice program. We are very grateful to you on behalf of People Group International. And we are also thanking the people from France, UK, Belgium, Mauritius, Myanmar, India, USA who joined us. And this program has been broadcasted also on the UK Tamil Radio in London, Top FM in Mauritius, radio in Myanmar and Australia. As far as the question is concerned, I will give you the 2 3 questions rapidly. In this way, you can make a synthesis and reply to them. The first question is from my friend Vikash from France. He is asking, how do we learn to build relationships with different cultures? This is especially a difficult moment for Indian diaspora living abroad to build relationships with international cultures as well as Indian brothers and sisters back home. This is the first.
Let me clarify this very. I've been working in 23 different countries. And many times people ask me, Mr. Khera, do you see cultural differences? And my answer is, I find more similarities in people than differences. What I find cultural, to me, is only surface issues. They may not end up as surface issues, but they are really surface issues. I'll give you an example. The thumbs up sign in the Western world is a sign of what? Encouragement. Keep going, on track. But in Middle East, you show your thumb to somebody, they say you insulted me. That's cultural. In India, we worship the snake and the rat. That is cultural. In Singapore and China, number 4 is considered unlucky. That is cultural. But you know something? The emotional appeals are totally identical. Integrity and cheating is given the same meaning in New York, New Delhi, New Zealand, no difference. Now, let me qualify one more thing. How do you build relationships in life? You see, if you are only a taker, man, it's a matter of time. Pack them up. In fact, kick them out. You can't build relationships with people like that. Relationships can only be built by adding a value addition to another person's life. I repeat, by adding a value addition to another person's life. Now, how do you add a value addition? You only add value addition by learning to give in life. Learn to give. You can't be a taker. You need to learn to be a giver in life. And that's the only way. And there is no other way. Good luck.
Okay, I have a second question. This one is from Mr. Vivek. If problem-focused people are in our own family, then what to do?
Tell them to attend a program. That's all.
Okay, so it was a rapid answer. And I have one also from USA, Lily Thomason. How does our Indian diaspora abroad come together to make India and Indians develop and grow in the coming years?
Get rid of a basic foundational stuff of low self-esteem. You know what that means? It is called jealousy.
Yeah.
You know what jealousy is? People, their own problems don't bother them. Other people's successes bother them. You know what it means? They don't want to lift themselves up, but they want to pull others down. And that is the sad part. You see, as individuals, Indians are very successful. As individuals, we are very successful all over the world. But as a community, we are not. And that is sad. Yeah. You know why? Let me share with you since on the issue of self-esteem. Self-esteem means the way we feel ourselves. That is called self-esteem. Now, do you notice one thing? When we feel good, when we get up in the morning feeling good, the world looks nice, productivity goes up, and relationships are a lot better anyway. And the reverse is true. And self-esteem is related to egos. Mahen, stay with me.
Yeah.
Self-esteem is inversely related to egos. Have you seen people with egos like a know-it-all? What do? They talk down to people, don't they? They put down others, don't they? And every decision they make is more to satisfy ego than make sense. Now think about it. Why does a human being put down another human being? It is sadistic but true. There are some people in this world who feel good when the other person feels bad. They feel superior when the other person feels inferior, which means they don't want to lift themselves up, but they want to pull others down. And there's a second kind of ego, which is called fragile ego. Anything you say, I take it personally, I get hurt. Anything you say, I take it personally, I get hurt. You see, there are some people in this world who would rather be ruined by false praise than be helped by constructive criticism. Take one sentence very well. There are many people in this world who would rather be ruined by false praise than be helped by constructive criticism. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, totally with you.
It is our inferiority complex that pulls us down. That's all, nothing else. We need to understand there are many other communities that build each other up, man. That's the way to go. But you see, when an Indian sees another person crossing the street in New York City, the guy says, what's he doing here? The first question comes, what's he doing here? Rather than say, let me go meet him and shake hands with this guy. The thought comes, what's he doing here? Why not, man? Why? How did you come here? Rather than, oh, let me go shake hands with him. That's all bonding, man, bonding.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shiv Khera, for this very, very nice presentation. And I will thank all the people who are joining us in the program. We wish them on behalf of Gopio and everybody a happy Pongal, Sakranti, Happy New Year, and I hope to see you soon in our next program. Thank you to all.
all right.
And Sajiv, I wish to add more. Once the situation will be normalized, we are able to move here there. We are having a big demand for you to take you in Australia and other countries as well. They are asking a big events to be organized there.
Well, let's see if we have the time, but God willing, we'd certainly love to meet good people.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
All right.
Once
Thank
again,
you.
thank you very much, Saji. Thanks a lot for inspiring us with your highly motivational speech. And this is very practical.
Thank you, sir.
Day-to-day learning, day-to-day life will help us to grow more with your blessings. Thank you once again.
Thank you from France. Keep well, Mr. Shiv Khera.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, my friend, for watching today our program. Good night.